I started to get one or two clients and I kept doing the inner child work. And then I got 10 clients. I've been wanting to get my coaching program off the ground for about 7 years. And I was getting in my own way a lot. I was so frozen, despite having all the ability in the world. And then within 2 or 3 weeks, I found myself actually making it happen. You see, your work's not like the work of like a normal coach or even like my own work, because it seems to shift internally. It was like someone had taken the brakes off.
So I kind of see what you're doing as fundamentally fixing everything, which sort of makes every other coach a waste of time.
I would go to you first before spending 10, 15,000 on some other kind of coaching method. My name is Lisa Hamilton Smith, and I'm the Dreams Architect and the founder of Unstoppable You, the coaching program.
So what made you join the Inner Child program?
I've been wanting to get my coaching program off the ground for about 7 years. And I was getting in my own way a lot. I met Ozana originally, worked with her about 3 or 4 years ago. And this is really interesting because I did some of the work we did recently 3 or 4 years ago, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't able to take it on board. And then I had a bit of a breakthrough when I realized I really wasn't worthless a year ago. I had that breakthrough. And then I re-met Ozana, and she's doing all this amazing new work. And as a consequence, she said, do you want to come and do this new course? And I knew what the work was about. So I was like, yes, this time I think I'm now really ready to take this on board. So that's why I signed up with you and did your amazing inner child program.
And what's the result of it?
So the result has been actually fantastic and quite bizarre. So within 2 weeks of starting, like module 1, module 2 we did, I was starting to actually create my course, having been stuck and having created maybe 20 courses literally ready to present, but not presented any of them, trying to do masterclasses and never actually getting online to do it. Like, it was so hard to actually, I can't explain, like inertia, like deep inertia. I was so frozen, despite having all the ability in the world. And then within 2 or 3 weeks, I found myself actually making it happen. I found myself posting and assuming the course was going to exist. And then, unbelievably, I found myself getting clients. For the first time ever, I have actually tried to get clients for the last year. And it was just like no one even liked my post, let alone signed up for my course. So I started to get one or two clients and I kept doing the inner child work. And then I got 10 clients. So I've never had 10 coaching clients in my life, despite being an NLP coach for 15 years. I just didn't believe in myself. And in the healing work and the sort of forgiving myself and accepting myself on a deeper level, which this work has done, is enabled me to get out of my own way and change. And I'm actually doing my dream now, which is quite extraordinary. So I have this new program. I've got 10 clients. The first one is almost finished. So now we're looking to increase my income and go up a level. And I'm doing what I wanted to do for the last 15 years, finally. You see, your work's not like the work of like a normal coach or even like my own work, because it seems to shift internally. It seems to shift the core. And so it's fascinating. I ended up doing different things, but it was like someone had taken the brakes off.
I also want to acknowledge something is really interesting that you did today as a coach. You could have given us all shit for not doing our homework, and as many a person would have done, like, this is how you're never going to get anywhere, this is why you're stuck, which would have put us into a negative state. Instead, you accepted, you were compassionate, I mean, it's a tricky one, because like in sports coaching, if you just like, hey, you lost, never mind, it's not where we come from, but you were great. And I think that really set this up. So then when you did this clearing, I really allowed myself to be compassionate and really saw my struggle, and then went, yeah, what am I doing? And I really let it in. So that was really good.
If you're open and you just go, I'm going to trust this, I think it could actually save you quite a lot of time and effort, and many of the in-between steps wouldn't be necessary. But it's fantastic if you've done a lot of work and then you need to finish it off. But also, if you are able to let go, if you are able to just take it on, it's absolutely worth jumping in. It just might save you 15 years.
What would you say the value of this program is for you and for anybody?
Well, it's so difficult, isn't it, to put a value on being free, because that's what is the price of freedom? What is the price of taking the blinkers off? What is the price of unwrapping yourself and being seen and being visible? I think it's priceless. I think this kind of transformational work is always worth everything to whoever wants to do it, because if you don't want to change, it's worthless to you. But if you want to change, if you are committed to change, if you're somebody who wants with all their heart to be everything you've always wanted to be, then it becomes priceless. And if you can afford it, then jump right in with both feet. Because you don't get the results you don't believe in. You only get what you believe in life, because life is an illusion. So what we believe we can achieve, we achieve. So if you think it's not going to work for you, it's not going to work for you. So somehow you have to crack open the egg and see if you can actually see it could possibly work, and then try it. And that's about letting it in. So if you can't afford it, but you desperately want to be different, I would say jump in anyway, and you'll get the result you believe in. If you believe it's possible, 1% to change. I think my grandmother used to have this blue patch of blue sky in the clouds, and she would say, look, there's a handkerchief of blue sky. If there's a handkerchief of blue sky, it'll grow. Back in the old days when weather was better, and it would then clear the sky, right? And you'd end up with a blue sky. And I think you have to look for, if there's 1% of you that thinks, hey, gosh, this could work, then hang on to that and then do the work and commit, and you'll get the result. It can't not work. It can't not work if you're doing the work with an open mind.
So what's possible now that you are open and you experience this?
I think it's infinite possibilities. I think once you're open, then you have a pathway forward. You can see that the road goes in different directions, and now once you're open to possibility, you can decide where you're going to go, rather than being, I can't do this because I haven't got the time, I haven't got the money, I haven't got the right tools, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, no one will love me, no one will listen. These are all the general limiting beliefs. But your work is at the core. It works underneath that level. I like to think it's almost like, well, it is like clearing our cellular level. So I don't completely understand your work, even having done it, but I would say, in my sort of limited knowledge, that it feels like it's clearing my cellular level. So we're getting below the mind, below the subconscious even. We're getting into my DNA, and that's actually part of what it does, I know. So that is a level that is so powerful. As long as you can just suspend your limits so you can let it in, it will do the job.
So what's different between the first Lisa when you tried the first time, the second Lisa that went away and didn't use it, and the Lisa now?
Generally, skepticism. I mean, honestly, that's the answer, is that I am a very intelligent, very skeptical person. And I was skeptical with just about every coach I've ever worked with. And so, and for some for good reason, but generally over time, I let down my guard. I probably am more able to be safe within myself now, therefore I can let things in, because I'm not defend, I gotta make sure I'm safe, you know. I think that was why. So once I learned to let my guard down just a little bit more as I have evolved, then this work could be more effective for me.
So if someone is skeptical about jumping into something that they don't really understand, what would you say?
Again, I think you just have to try. I mean, you know, the only thing you can do is give it your best shot and jump in and see if it works for you. How do you overcome skepticism? You just keep going. You just keep going and you keep trying and you keep looking at what's going on, trying to understand why you're skeptical and walking in, taking baby steps forward. And in the end, you'll get there. Be skeptical, be afraid, be skeptical, be afraid. Once you're aware of that, you have some choice in the matter. That may be enough for this work to be able to let it in and have it work for you.
Super, thank you so much. So any final words that I haven't covered?
I think one of the things that's really interesting about your work is how when you do the group work and you hear the other stories, it's quite extraordinary, the people that and the breakthroughs and the perspectives they have. It's a beautiful group and a beautiful energy. So when you're doing the group work, you just meet really lovely people as well. So I think that's like a bonus. So I can only say that I think it's really the best thing to do. If you don't know what to do, I would go to you first before spending 10, 15,000 on some other kind of coaching method.
But you did it. That's interesting. You did come to me first back then, but you didn't get it. You didn't use it. You had it. You didn't use it.
Yeah.
Then you spent the 10,000 and then you came back.
Yeah. And maybe that's just part of my journey. I think it's just where I was at. And I think I wish I had a better answer for you. I just had to let it in. I don't have it's like they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will come. And to be fair, I mean, there were other things going on in my life which were helping, but you were very much part of that journey, and a bit like maybe the icing on the cake, that like the last little bit to help without my realizing. So what's extraordinary about your work is you're not really doing it. You just do this one thing and then everything changes. It's quite easy that way, actually. And then, you know, if I think, I need to do a bit more of a process, I do it again. And then at the end of it, you notice you feel different, or things don't sharpen quite the same way. You know, and that's true. When we change, everything around us changes. And that's very key with your work.
Thank you, Lisa. Now, nothing to do with my work. Please share your message and where people can find you.
So my message is, if you feel like life isn't giving you what you really, really want anymore, if you're tired of your career, maybe your relationship's not feeding you so well, maybe you thought that one day you were going to do something really exciting and you're in your 40s and it's just not happened yet. So that's where I help. I help women in their more mature years decide what they really want and get out of their own way and become unstoppable, so that they can have the career, the relationship, the fun, the life, the holidays, the daily excitement and aliveness that we all truly want every day. That's what I do. I have a Facebook page called The Unstoppable You, the Program.